chair, kid. I think Tony and Silvia take this in 4.
All righty.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, No, we didn't.
Good night.
Good morning, afternoon, and almost good night, folks, here from the 2024 Hall of Fame Classic. Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the Open Mixed Doubles Final. This is the last final we'll be doing here. Modern Foo streaming all week. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate Clay Toomey doing what Clay Toomey do. David Kala, Łukasz Kaprowski, and special shout out to MVP in my mind, Danila Fatel, who has been the Swiss Army knife of that which needs to get done. Thank you all. And I'm Adam Gilson, and I'm happy to be here watching Tommy Yore dance the ball around and do a poolside 1-0 in this 3 out of 5 finals match.
Little 5-bar cam to close out the weekend here.
I am such a fan of that.
Yeah, me too. I love it.
And I think you should become a fan of that at home if you want to get better. I mean, right, they are. Okay, thanks. Cool. That's nice. Oh, is that what it's like dealing with me all weekend?
What?
He's shooting pole kicks, folks. 1-1.
Pole dink.
The pole dink. Yeah, it's a pole dink.
Is he looking to chip it? Nope. Tap, push. Holy moly. That's tough.
That is. The ability to be able to explode to any hole, regardless of what anybody wants, is amazing, Clay. Speaking of exploding to a hole, that was a long, deep one. 2-2.
I'm going to clip that and send it to our dart friends and say, here's the thing we couldn't remember earlier.
It's all off the rip. It's funny, Spredeman was talking to Yore earlier. I just kind of was dropping some eaves and listening in, and Tommy said that he knows how to shoot a pull kick. He just doesn't know the timing or how to do a dink or when to shoot certain shots.
Yeah.
And that's fair. I think a lot of people understand the technical aspect of a pull kick and a push kick too, and to some degree a push shot. But how to actually integrate it into what you're doing is the issue.
Send the ball up the table. Good things happen.
Tony.
5-bar cam action here.
Clay,
Yep.
you've watched thousands of matches.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Thousands and thousands, and I think you understand the game on a level that I think a lot of people don't. You throw on stats or whatever, and then that brings a whole nother level of nuance. But I'm just curious, how good is Tony Spredeman's 5-bar offense and defense in the course of foosball history in the last X amount of decades?
Well, I think if we're talking 5-bar offenses, I think the only other name that's in the conversation with Tony is Fred.
Okay.
And I think, I do think there's an argument. So based on the numbers, I would say that Fred against the field probably has the best 5-bar of all time. But in terms of like competing at the highest level, I think Tony has competed on the 5-bar. I think he's had the best 5-bar that there's ever been. And I think part of what makes it so special is it's so simple. And by simple, I don't mean easy to do. I mean, it's A, B, A, B, A, B. And he has 4,728 options that he can do. But for the most part, he's going to tic-tac and go lane and wall. And I think the way that he reads the defense is just bananas. And, you know, we have a lot more footage of Tony than we do of Fred. So, I mean, there's something to be said for that. But I think Fred was so insanely fast that he could just beat you to whatever hole. And he was obviously a smart player, but his hand speed was just insane. And I think what puts Tony above Fred, in my view, my not always humble, but in this case, humble opinion, is Tony's ability to read defenses is just nuts. And so the AB style works for him because he knows when it's okay to go wall, even though, the wall's not there, or he knows when to go lane or when to bounce or whatever. And that's why on the other side of the ball, I think he undoubtedly, what's that word? Without question, I think he has the best defensive 5-bar that there's ever played. To put it into context, most masters are passing in the low 50% range against the field. So in other words, if they play a rookie or an amateur or a pro or whoever, just pick a random player and they're passing in the low 50s. And then against other masters, that number gets down to low 50s or upper 40s, and that's good. Tony is passing in the 60% range, and he's defending in the 40% range. So it's a full 20% difference between his offense and the offense of his opponent. It's not a random guess. I've actually done the stats on more matches with him than I have with anybody else, and he just blocks the hell out of everybody. And in this match, by the way, as I say this, he's 6 for 8 on his 5-bar, 75% shooting, and Tommy is 5 for 12, 42% shooting. 42% passing. So that's a difference now. 7 for 9. That's a difference of 36%, which is just, it's almost not fair. It's like if you were to create a video game character, you just put all the points on Tony's 5-bar and you split it equally between his offense and his defense. And I think his defense on the 5 is actually better than his offense on the 5. And I think there's math to support that. That was a long answer to a short question, but that's the answer.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Down by 1 in the second game. They won the first, Spredeman and Pintilii.
A switch there.
Defensive switch.
And this is for the 3-bar because although Tony was holding Tommy to 42% passing, Tommy was 5 for 9 shooting. No, 6 for 10. 60% ain't too shabby. They're both 6 for 10 shooting. So switch on the right side as well. I'll answer this after the game. Or we can both answer it.
Pass to Spredeman for the 2 of Pintilii. Bull kick position, Spredeman slowing it down. Gonna do a tic-tac down the tube.
Psych.
1-1.
It's the shot he won the Open Doubles final with.
Yeah.
So the question is, you get to choose to have one. You can only pick one of these. Ryan's 2-bar or Tony's 5-bar. Which one do you take? To me, this is the easiest possible question in all of foosball to answer. I want Ryan's 2-bar because I already know how to pass a little bit, and a good 5-bar just means I get it on my 3-bar, and now I got to score for my 3-bar. So if I could score the way that Ryan Moore does from the 2-bar, it makes the rest of the game so much easier. What say you?
I don't know. I think I would have to take the. I think I'd like to take the 5 of Tony because I feel good about my 2-bar shooting. I'm not Ryan Moore, but I don't feel I feel like I can piece something together in 2-bar stuff, but I feel like if I had a higher percentage 5-bar, I would feel more comfortable with my 2-bar.
Yeah. Shot.
What?
Good grief.
How did that? What is it? Somebody's playing Portal up there and just transporting it through the men. It's fine, I guess.
He did that tap to the pull side, and every single man on both of those rods just went to the far side of the goal, and he still just barely shot it inside of him.
1-1 in this third game. It is the final open mixed doubles here at the 2024 Hall of Fame Classic. A lot of walking. Wide open spaces there in the middle.
Nice pass.
Nine for 16 now in this set is Yore. Spredeman is 8 for 16 though, shooting the pull kick. I mean, we saw some rollovers here and there. Still shooting a pull kick because I firmly believe that Tony has elevated his game to some other stratosphere.
Yeah, he cares again, and not again, but in a different way. Like he's excited about foosball again. Switch on the right side there.
One, you have both. I think you guys have both. Okay. We have.
Ball back in play. Stolen away by Hannah. Immediately calls a timeout.
Yeah, good play. That pass from Hannah, she had it on her 2-bar and just chipped it. It's like not really a bank, but technically off the side of the man, so maybe a chip or something. I don't know what the hell it was, but straight to Tommy's near side on the 3-bar, and it was just perfect.
Shot down the middle by Silvia.
I was hoping we could see it from that angle too. And she's clearing okay back there, Silvia, is it? That's 6 for 10, 60%. And the dink in the middle.
4-4.
And if you're watching on mobile, the clips are a little trickier to make, especially that fast. If you're watching on PC, it's pretty easy to make a clip. Post it in the chat.
Yore looking to put this one away. And he does. Here we go. Clay, does Spredeman keep shooting pull kicks?
I don't see why not. He's 10 for 18, 56%. His passing, I mean, again, the numbers just don't lie. The 5-bar dominance of Tony is just borderline unfair. I mean, he's a full 25% higher than Tommy. So that That 65% passing is just crazy on the high side, and then he's defending Tommy that crazy as well. So
Hannah starts up front to no avail. 2-1 in favor of Smith and Yore in game count. Rollover position now from Spredeman. Buries that pull side. That was out there, Clay.
yeah. Don't know. I think that's probably 5 in a row from Tommy. And Tony's going to call timeout, step away, and just talk defense with Silvia. No, let's put it on the match stats, not the. I got it over here.
Tony loses that. Does a little giggle. Timeout called. And they switch.
But Tommy's shooting 12 for 19, which is 63%. And they switched a time or two on the left side of the table. And it might not have been a bad idea. Wow, what a grab there. It's going to roll just under his 5 bar. But Tony might need to either get in the back and see if he can block a little bit better, or give some game-changing advice to Silvia.
Absolutely. I mean, this is, it's fascinating here, Clay. It's 1-1 in this game. There's only one timeout apiece as we get going. And that buries that pull side. Yore, golly gosh. Not the outcome he wanted doing that bank.
Can't give free shots to a guy shooting 60% either.
Spredeman forces that one in. 2-2.
I'm pretty sure he's made 7, maybe 8 now in a row. I mean, he's just not missing.
Spredeman, quick shot, regains, rollover position again. Golly. That's all I got is golly, Clay. He's just hammering the heck out of that.
Yeah.
Silvia up front now, tied up 3-3. This fourth game.
Good D. Tommy frustrated. And that works too. You switch, thinking that maybe Tony can block Tommy, and not needed because Silvia blocks him on the 5.
Yep.
First ball, I think.
It was like
Second ball.
they coached her or something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, Tony doesn't remember that first time out, but it's definitely their second time out. Yeah. And no ill intent. Sometimes it's just hard to remember those super early game timeouts.
Back to the pull kick. Spredeman goes. Looking middle, and he goes.
And they don't have any timeouts, so you're not going to see him switch on the left side. He started to. They had a giggle about it.
Pull kick is one of my favorite shots. He's hitting every single hole and getting every single timing that he needs to when he's actually shooting it.
Oh, she hammers that ball. That dink is there from this defense.
Yes, it is. Tried to hit it.
Yeah, he missed it though. That was still there. He just didn't cut it up quite enough. or brush it up quite enough. That's that pass again, dude. That is an incredible pass to the 3-bar. And he is just not missing. 15 for 23, 65%.
It is championship point for Yore and Smith. Spredeman, though, says he has something else to say about it when he sets up in rollover position, and he does. And a 5th game we go.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you put him up. Yeah, the offense is just off the charts here on both sides of the table, really, which kind of makes sense that it would be 16-16 in scoring after 4 games. They both have 15 goals from the 3-bar. Of course, Tommy with the bank from the 2-bar, and then they have a break on the left side of the table. Other than that, it's 15 apiece on the 3-bar, and it is. That's interesting, actually. You hear that conversation? Tommy's saying, "Can you hand me a ball?" And Tony's being he's being playful, but he's being what's the term for that? So what it was is Tommy was saying, "Hey, give me a ball," and Tony's like, I'm not your ball boy," or whatever it was he called it. They're gonna start on the left side there, switch, but he's being a little twerk, but playfully. "I'm not getting your balls." And then Hannah came over, and then he got back up to the table. He just wouldn't let her. He's just having some fun there, I think. Yeah, menace, but it's okay, especially with these two. I mean, that's totally fine.
Yore puts that first one away, up 1-0 in this 5th and final game.
That's so funny. It's fun seeing Tony playful like that. He's usually so mechanical and very serious, and not a lot of time for goofing around. It's fun to see that smile. I think Tony thinks that was a jar.
You're down by 1. Quick shot coming. 2-0.
Continues to shoot lights out. 17 for 27, 63%.
What do you want me to do, man? I'm trying. Ready?
Tony's saying good pass there. A good one.
Yore.
Oh, come on, Silvia.
It's interesting. Tommy is not missing anything. He's getting blocked once every 42 shots, it feels like. And he just not quite able to go around that one there, and is just immediately frustrated about it.
2-2. Is there overtime? Yeah, there's overtime here.
No.
There's no overtime. Never mind. There's a dink time, though.
Yeah,
4-3.
They don't go into overtime in mixed.
3-3. Oh. Good
grief.
night. That was so out there.
And he was at the first dot. He was like between the first and second dot when he tapped over, and then he just went to Reno.
Yeah, people should be falling out of their chairs. That's not okay to watch something like that. When you defy physics, it's championship point for both teams. We've got all the timeouts in the world. All right, there we go. Spredeman it back. Championship point. Yore. Well, I guess they're doing it.
Well, okie dokie. All right, I stand corrected. That's on me.
5-3 of Spredeman, down by 1. We are going all the way, still shooting pull kicks. Love it. Want to go dink, and he does.
It's just there all day.
Yeah.
You got to switch the defense on that.
Yeah, that is a flutter defense. 5-5 now. I don't know what he's. Oh, that's you.
What?
Is that Jen?
Yeah, do we have a chair?
Yeah.
Can she listen? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Here we go, 5-5 in this 5th and final game. We are overtime. Win by 2-8. Tommy Yore.
Good grief. That is a gaping poolside there that he is just missing, and he's misexecuted a couple of those now, and he can hit that. He has hit that this match. And it's just missing. You see him stand away from the table there.
Yeah.
Saying words that I'm not allowed to say on mic.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with him saying it.
But if he had a thought bubble, there'd be an asterisk.
It's a word I've said several times off mic. I pulled down the mics to be able to say that. What?
Shorts.
What?
That was the word.
Shorts? One apiece on timeouts.
Ball back into play. Silvia. You know, I get the impression they're having a little bit more fun on the left-hand side than they are on the right-hand side.
Yep.
Full kick
The dick
position.
is still there.
Yeah, it's still there. That flutter defense is not going to get you there. It doesn't matter. Buried it long. 6-5. It is championship point for Spredeman and Pintilii.
And if you're Silvia here, you got to clear the ball. Don't give a free shot to the opposing forward. Good job keeping it out of her goal there.
Oh my
no.
goodness. Obliterates that one, and there you have it, folks. In the 5th game, Tommy Yore and Hannah Smith are defeated by Tony Spredeman and Silvia Pintilii to be your open mixed doubles champions here at the 2024 Hall of Fame Classic.